Hello and welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name's Cassidy. Thanks so much for watching. I need to get out of a reading slump. Well, if you can't tell, new location for like the 80 millionth time this summer. But this is a permanent one for my year lease. But I'm in New York. I finally moved. So with all the moving and job hunting that I'm doing, I just haven't been reading as much, and I've just gotten into like a little bit of a reading slump. So I decided that I would film getting out of that reading slump, and we're gonna read a little fall romance. So I think I talked about this book in one of my other videos, but my roommate is reading it right now and she was like, you have to get it, it's so good. So went to Barnes & Noble like last weekend and I got it. And it's You Again by Kate Goldbeck. The cover, stunning, gorgeous. This is like enemies to friends to lovers, I think. I know it's like super steamy, which if you know me, I love that. So that's perfect for me. Also, this book takes place in New York, which is perfect. Like, it's fall right now, obviously. I'm in New York. The vibes couldn't be any better for this. So I'm super excited to read this. But basically this follows Ari and Josh. So I guess Ari and Josh are sleeping with the same woman. I think eventually they do realize that they're sleeping with the same woman, but then it's like years later and they meet back up again. They start hanging out like just as friends, like very platonic, but then it turns into not platonic and like things start heating up. I honestly don't know too much about this. I just know, like I said, that it's set in New York and it's set in the fall. And my roommate said it was really good. So let's start reading. Okay, I'm 100 pages in to You Again, and I wanted to give you a little update so far. So basically, it starts out and it's in like 2014, I think. Yeah, starts out in 2014, and Ari and Josh first meet because Ari is living with this girl, Natalie, and she's like hooking up with her. Ari isn't a relationship type of person. She's like a very much like one night stand, keep moving. And Josh is also, he's actually dating Natalie, and he comes over to like make her dinner, and Natalie's running late. So then Ari and Josh start talking and like bickering back and forth, and Ari tells him like, oh, well, I'm sleeping with your girlfriend. They don't see each other like after that night, and then it flashes forward to like, I think like 2 years after they first meet, and they meet again. And this time, like, Ari's living with a different person, and that's again how she runs into Josh. Again, they start bickering back and forth. Like, at this point, they're very much still enemies. They're not friends yet. And then it flashes forward like 3 years down the line, and they meet up again. I wasn't sure how I'd feel about the time jumps, but it does feel like very convenient that they just so happen to keep running into each other through this like weirdly small interconnected group of people. But I am enjoying it so far. Right now, I don't want to give too much away. Like, I don't want to have any spoilers in this, so that if you want to read the book, you can too. But right now, Ari is dating or married to this girl, Cass, my name. Again, she has like an interaction with Josh, and they see each other again, and Josh is also in a relationship. So it's interesting. It's not like they're like hooking up, they're like obviously, like I said, still enemies, so they're like not into each other, but there is this like weird kind of tension between them, so I'll keep you guys updated. Also, I'm going to Central Park and I'm gonna bring the book along and probably read on the subway, so let's go. Obviously, I'm not in Central Park anymore. I'm in bed, but I wanted to update you. When I last left off, Ari and Josh were still in the enemy zone, but at this point where I'm at, they've met or ran into each other yet again, but this time they're both like fresh out of their relationship. So yeah, Ari and Cass aren't together. Josh isn't with his girlfriend anymore. They run into each other and it's like kind of weird. Like my roommate and I were talking, it's like kind of weird how they just like start becoming friends. It feels like kind of not natural, but they decide they're both miserable, so they're gonna be miserable together, and they start platonically hanging out. But there's so much like little tension. You just know that something's gonna happen. They're like watching movies together over the phone, going like furniture shopping together, and then they end up just hanging out like more and more. They keep saying like, oh, we're just friends, but then they like keep acknowledging, like both of them, how like their hands will brush or like whatever. That's my update. I'm gonna keep reading. Okay, wait, also I just have to say that both of them are so annoying because Josh is a cook. I don't know if I said that before, but he's a cook, and like right now he's down bad because his relationship just ended and he tried to like restart his dad owned a like famous deli in New York and he died, and he tried to restart it and turn it into this like fancy restaurant, and it like blew up. Well, no, it didn't blow up in the good way, but like bad way, blew up and he failed. He's just so annoying about like, he's like, I'm not cooking again, I don't even want cookbooks in my house, I don't know. And then Ari is trying to be a stand-up comedian and she's like really not getting anywhere, and she's still living in her ex-wife's apartment with like no furniture, nothing, and they just ran in to her ex-wife at the Strand, a bookstore in New York, and she's like so upset about it, whatever, and she's like mad that Josh was like being all weird about it and like trying to like come to her defense like when they saw her ex. And so he like takes her out to dinner and she's like, why are you being so nice to me? Like, we're just friends, stop. And he's like, because I care about you. And there's so much tension and I just want them to get together, but they're both annoying. So that's that. Okay, literally reading with my book light right now, but they just kissed. Oh my God. It was perfect. It was, yeah. And I couldn't leave this till tomorrow to tell you. I had to tell you right now. Like, you knew it was gonna happen, and it was like kind of drawn out, and it was, yeah, the slow burn, amazing. Okay, it's obviously the next day. I like stopped reading last night basically after I was like, oh my God, they kissed. But I did a little bit of reading this morning, and basically they kiss, right? And it's like all this like pent up tension and stuff. And then of course they're weirdos about it and they don't talk because when they kiss, it's New Year's Eve and they've been like smoking some weed and they're a little bit tipsy too. But basically Josh is like, oh, like it was just the weed, like that's why I kissed you, or like that's why we kissed. She's like, yeah. And then they like just don't really text each other or like talk to each other for like 2 weeks. And then Josh goes to an event that Ari's friend is hosting. This is the same friend that like kind of made her run into Josh a few years ago. So they're both at this event, and basically Josh's sister is there too, and she's like, they're like talking about the kiss, and he's like, this is too much for me, and he's like, I gotta go, and he leaves. And Ari like follows him. Wow, this is hard to do in my camera, but Ari follows him and she's like, I'll come with you, like where are you going? And he gets on the train, the doors are about to close. He's like, I want you, like I just want you. And then she gets on the train, there's like we know what's gonna happen, right? Like they're gonna have sex. They get back to his place, and you know what happens. They wake up in the morning, they do it again, and basically they're like both freaking out. Josh is like deep in his feelings with her, and she's like, oh my god, like we're totally gonna ruin our friendship, blah blah blah. Then she says something crazy during sex, which like makes him spiral, makes her spiral. Then they like don't talk to each other again, and then basically Josh is like, I want you like again, but like times 10. He's like, I love you, like blah blah blah. And she's like, I can't do this, like I can't. And she moves away. She takes a job and she moves away, and that's where we're at now. So basically they're just in this weird limbo. Like now they're like both still depressed, like at least when they were depressed before they had each other, but now they don't. I'm really enjoying this book, but these characters make me want to rip my hair out sometimes because they're just so frustrating. I just want them to be together, and I wish Ari would stop being afraid of commitment like she is, and I wish Josh would just not do as much sometimes. Like he needs to just take a chill pill. But yeah, that's where I'm at. I just want them both to like get over it. I want Ari to move back to New York and just be like, okay Josh, like let's just give this a try, you know? But like also the steamy scenes are steamy. They are steamy. My roommate told me that they were, and it wasn't that I didn't believe her, but like, you know, till you actually read it. I'm back with another update. I just have to say, Ari is just really, she's getting on my nerves. She's still not back in New York. She's still like at this job that she took, but now she's like mad because Josh and the friend that she was like at the event with when like right before they kissed, her friend is a cook too and worked for Josh before, and then like they didn't get along because Josh basically like fired the friend. Ari found out that Josh and this friend are starting like a pop-up restaurant business, and she finds out from like an Instagram post, and she's like, are you kidding me? Like how could you do this? Like this is such a betrayal, blah blah blah. And it's like, get over it. Like you moved to take another job. Why do you care? Okay, so Ari gets fired from her job. She goes back to New York and goes to the pop-up restaurant, and she sees Josh and her friend, and Josh has a new girlfriend. She like shows up at the restaurant, and Ari's like butthurt about it, and she goes running into the bathroom crying, and I'm just like, you did this to yourself. Oh, and then she tries to talk to Josh after, and she's like, can we just like talk and get coffee? And Josh is like, no, like I don't want coffee. I don't want anything with you. I can't do this to myself. I finished. I have so many thoughts. Ari realizes that she loves Josh, and it's now New Year's Eve again, and it's a year after their first New Year's Eve kiss, and which like starts this whole thing. And Josh is running a race, like a New Year's Eve race, and she like does this big dramatic, you know, like airport run to Central Park to meet him and like declare her love. But then like the ending, which was super cute, but then the ending like flashes forward a year, and it's so annoying. Like I guess I won't say it like what it actually is, but like I just feel like that wasn't like necessary. The book could have ended before that last little kind of epilogue a year later. I just didn't need it. Felt unnecessary to me, and it made me like not like the ending as much. But if you take out that last little epilogue, I think it was a good ending. Overall, I think I would rate the book like a 4 out of 5. It was really cute. I really liked that it was set in New York, obviously, because I feel like a lot of the spots I could picture in my head, and it was just cool to be like, oh my god, like I could actually go there, like that's so cool, I'm so close to everything. I thought the story was super cute, but the characters themselves just kind of annoyed me at some points. Overall, I really enjoyed it, and I think it's a super cute fall read. I would really recommend it, and honestly, I'm so ready. I feel like I'm out of my reading slump. I'm ready to read another book. I don't know what I'm gonna read yet. I'm stuck between another like fall sort of read, My Roommate is a Vampire, or the new Elsie Silver book just came out and I really want to read that. So I'm not sure which one I'll read, but I guess this ends my video. So thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.